General Novisi on an official visit into Bamising. Nachak, Shake no day. Na grandpa so. Is a me looking Dakarian for Bamising. Something no day, dog no day. See how picking them then a long line. Now FM that's so. Fear dog no day. Found a palma take the picking them. Now sumo. Wow, the only brother. Who told you no riboya? Mama me. Oh, mama me. Who's out the gozo? How na plenty zone I go there. Boy, I know her name. Last man no be foolish. General Novisi on an official visit into Bamising. Nachak, Shake no day. Na grandpa so. Is a me looking Dakarian for Bamising. Something no day, dog no day. See how picking them then a long line. Now FM that's so. Fear dog no day. Found a palma take the picking them. Now sumo. Wow, the only brother. Who told you no riboya? Mama me. Oh, mama me. Who's out the gozo? How na plenty zone I go there. Boy, I know her name. Last man no be foolish. General Novisi on an official visit into Bamising. Nachak, Shake no day. Na grandpa so. Is a me looking Dakarian for Bamising. Something no day, dog no day. See how picking them then a long line. Now FM that's so. Fear dog no day. Found a palma.
My fellow Ambazonians, una good day for all una good afternoon for all una, good evening for the one that win our evening time, especially for our people them for ground zero. Una good morning for all una, for our people them for North America, for all our people them for all over the world. Atrewe una salute. I be una brother Asu, una the press secretary for the executive office for Governing Council of Ambazonia. Today, now Wednesday, number 29 day for the month of September for 2021. We'll get only 2 more days for reach, for the big day we all we don't wait for this year. Now only 2 days remain for we for reach, for the most important day for the lives of the Ambazonian people them. Just for 2 days, we go be on Friday, October 1, the Ambazonian people them, they will celebrate their Independence Day. So today, I don't come for can give una more updates and tell una what did happen. Make we start with the story. Plenty things that happen for ground. We'll start with the very first one we don't come out. We'll start with announcement. The Ambazonian people them for United States of America. All Ambazonians them. For that side for America, they go to gather for in front of the White House. Now for 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We go be na Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest for inside Washington DC. Now in front, Mr. Joe Biden, the house with a White House. All right. Now for the all Ambazonians them, for the United States, for this side for people they come out New York side, people they come out Ohio, they come out for different places where they around the Washington DC area and the states where they be around that area. All man go gather now in front of the White House. All right. Now the first message that make we bring on a news where they come out on the ground. The Colonial Divisional Officer for the state of Boyo, Mr. Fidel Tegni, he don't call all the councillors them, the colonial councillors, and he call all the elites and the chiefs them, and all the enablers where they help for continued Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia and Cameroon genocide on Ambazonia. He call on all of them for launch a peace crusade, make peace a comeback for Boyo. Now waiting Mr. Fidel Tegni, he call on all the friends them and the one where they benefit from the occupation, may they can help him make peace come back for Boyo. He say Amba boys, the Ambazonian fighters and the Ambazonian people, they don't rise up for take their country back. You know, they give too much trouble for Boyo, and if you do it work fine. So now it did on a peace crusade. That one it come out now for Boyo. So for the colonial news, the Colonial Senior Divisional Officer for the great state of Manu, he don't sign a public order and he put out a communique. He talks say he don't suspend the make Ben seeking them. They no worker. Even people that they get private motor them, they know the worker. And any people they want travel from Manu for go for any other state or between city to city or village to village. No man in no go worker as from today for 6 p.m. for evening, so they go reach for 6 a.m. for morning time. No motor no go waka. Person no fit comot Kumba, he go Manfe. Person no fit comot Manfe, he go Kumba. Person no fit comot Manfe, he go Bamenda, and person no fit comot Manfe, he go Ekok. Everything will be locked down. Everything will be shut down from 6 p.m. for evening time. Let me say from evening time from today, when a Wednesday, September 29. So they go reach for 1st of October. Every place for evening time, it get for be locked and no man no fit waka. He talks say the order where the Guiam, where the colonial government the Guiam, it also includes say any place where they drink, where they sell mimbo, any place where they sell chop, even if na nightclub, all those places it go remain closed from today. So they go reach for October 1. That one. Now the message where the Colonial Divisional Officer for the state of Manu, he put them for outside. Now make we bring more news. We don't come out from our friends them from Guinea. When I know say the people them for Guinea. Now our very good friends them. We like people who they like change, and we like people who they want transform their society. So we like the work with Mamadi Doumbouya. He did one for Guinea. So he don't become our very good friend. Mr. Mamadi Doumbouya, as we tell when yesterday, he don't create what they call and say a transitional council for help the Guinea people them back, make them make a transition from the military, we don't take over power for straightening the country, for hand and back for civilian rule. They don't create a transition council. It be made up of 81 council members, and those council members them, they include people them, religious people them, they include civil society people them, they include opposition, the political parties them, they include business people them, they include people them from the military and the police. They take all these people them, where they make the society, they take all them, they create a transition council, and this transition council, its number one work now for create a new constitution for the people of Guinea. Mr. Doumbouya talks say elections for Guinea, it will take place next year, and for that election, he want tell every person where it be a member of the transition council, he no go fit run for council election, he no go fit run for parliamentary election, he no go fit run for any upcoming election for where it will take place next year. Now, one of the conditions in that, where any person we been a member of the transition council, he get for sign and he take the oath. Another thing for the transition council, Mr. Mamadi Doumbouya, now he go be the transition president as the military for the military government, and then they go get a civilian prime minister with Mr. Mamadi Doumbouya. They go to work hand in hand. So the transition authority or government, it go act like a parliament, a temporal parliament for oversee, say the Guinea, the government, the activities for the Guinea, for the government for be able to do things for Guinea, it go very smoothly. All right. Now make we bring una for AMBAZONIA. When I don't see the video, we don't come off outside from General No Pity, as we don't play them for all una. General No Pity, now one of those AMBAZONIAN generals, now one of those young AMBAZONIAN Pekin, where he see the condition where Papa and a big Papa them, they don't live through. As a young man, he don't taste the pain for being a suppressed person. He don't taste the pain for live for occupation. He don't taste the pain for live for a society where development no day. He don't taste the pain for live for a society where you no fit open your mouth talk. For live for a society where your life it no matter. And anytime a person where they call it say police, gendarme, army or B, if he come from a house, rape your mommy in front of all una, take your papa, rob it for mort, carry your small sister, go with her, and there is nothing you fit do about it. So as a young man, we too don't live for this pain and suffering. And as a young man, we grow up for a society where opportunities are not there. When this rebellion, when the resistance start, and the AMBAZONIAN people, they rise up and they call for pick up arms for defend our communities, defend our families, defend our mommy them, defend our picking them. General No Pity be one of those young AMBAZONIANs. We rise up for defend the AMBAZONIAN people them, for protect them, and for defend their rights of self-determination. Their right for a free homeland. Their right for live with dignity. Today, Udisisi don't become one of the bravest general and one of the most fearless commanders on the ground. All those things, they be driven not by the pain of their parents, by the pain with their people that they live through. Now those things, now the pain of our people them, it give our soldier them the courage for them for make the necessary sacrifice for give the AMBAZONIAN people them hope. Now that dehumanization, now the way they treat our people them like animals, Now they give these forces them the tenacity, that heart for tiger, for them for stand up and battle La République du Cameroon and kick them out of our land so that our people fit be able to breathe, so that our people they fit be able to live in peace and in dignity and they fit get the right to life. We want to thank General No Pity and all the commanders them and generals them for ground for the sacrifices where they make them. As young men and women, they don't deprive themselves of the basic things them for life. We all, most young men and women, they do them. For she don't for bad, drink small mimbo with your friend them. She don't for restaurant, chop small chop for quarter, play draft, go play football, follow woman. They don't deprive themselves of all those liberties, of those social enjoyment. They don't deprive themselves of those things for pay the price, for liberate the people, for pay the price, for give the people them a free homeland. And that's why we owe them so much thankfulness. We owe them so much appreciation. We owe them so much gratitude. Now, what be leadership that? The people will face what we will face them. Now, 3 things they must do for them to be free. Number 1, they must be selfless. Number 1, they be selfless. What they do no amount of money if you buy them. What they do no amount of money if you pay them. Because they take on to a noble cause, something where a big pass who they be. So that they work with the do that selflessness. Now it be the first thing we all man get for do. That selflessness. Now mommy get for do papa they get for do brothers they get for do sisters they get for do. And that selflessness, when they see them for ground, every day Monday goes down. Now part of the selflessness that for sacrifice for the collective. Which you would do for outside here. Now the selflessness that. For be able for sacrifice on a daily basis. Why the soldier they fight? We will get for do the inspiration, the communication, the empowerment, the mobilization for arm them on the ground. For protect what begin them, what mammy them, and for defend that independence and the sovereignty. Number 2, we must be able to work hard. A liberation struggle as General No Pity, General Efang, Grandpa Devil, General Cobra, General Cross, Captain Small Pikin, General Animal Pikin, 005. Right now, who I don't forget them. General Ebube, General Capo, General Kumbo. As all these brave generals and commanders that they show we. General Grandpa for Bali, General Sagat, General Shaggy. As all them, they don't show we. It take na hard work. Independence, as the leader tell we, not be na something we go be na work, na something we go hold person in hand when I just work out. It go take sacrifice. It go take selflessness when I sacrifice, and it go take a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. Sleepless night. You go be under rain. You go be under sun. You go live with wet clothes. Bed for sleep no day. Sometimes you go for days. You get chop, and you go be hungry. It takes enormous hard work when I sacrifice. For people to be free. We must be able as a people to go through the pain, the short-term pain, so that we get long-term freedom, long-term happiness, long-term progress, and enjoy the benefit of being a free people them. And the last one, every people where they want to be free, they go forget effective leadership. If we be as selfless as one, and we speak the most, the best, the highest level of truth, if we pay the ultimate price in terms of selflessness and sacrifice and hard work, but without effective leadership for guide the people them, for mold the people them, for direct the people them, for put in the plan, the strategies, and get way for do the things and way they go give you what you want them. If we do all those things without that foundation of a strong, effective, intelligent leadership, when I don't see most struggles, they don't fail. Not because the people not be selfless, not because the people not be beat, they not be sacrificed or work hard. Most often, struggles that they fail. Now when they get ineffective leadership. Struggles that they fail when they get corrupt leadership, they get incompetent leadership. There are people, their selflessness, there are people, their hard work and their sacrifice, it end up for nothing when a people they not get better, effective, and competent strategic leadership. Now the ultimate tool that for win, the goal of the leader, the goal of effective, competent, strategic leadership. Now for take the people, their sacrifices, their suffering, their pain, and their hard work. Now for take them all, put them for the way it deliver the result to the people who want them. We'll be very fortunate. So we'll get brave generals and commanders, a determined and a committed, resilient population who will be dedicated to the independence. We'll get brave fighters. Above all, we'll get a visionary and strategic leadership, a competent, a sophisticated and intelligent leadership for take all these things and for turn them and give the people them the outcome where they want them. Free homeland, free Ambazonia, a sovereign state where it be economically independent, it be judicial, it get judicial independence, it get financial independence, and it get independence in terms of the ability for Ambazonian people them for decide the kind government will be best for them. Just 2 more days while Independence Day they come. When I do already start for read for on WhatsApp about the work of lazy people them. The lazy cartels. The lazy people then where they call for Ghost Town 2 weeks before Independence Day. So that they go feel hide behind Ghost Town as to why they not feel prove to the Ambazonian people all this power where they say they get them. The lazy people them. Where they call generals and commanders on the ground. Say may they not celebrate Ghost Town. So that may they hide their incompetence and their illusional power. We only end up for Facebook and for WhatsApp. They don't start again. As the Ambazonia Defense Forces and General F and they do work quietly as they mobilize Ambazonians for liberated communities. As we tell you yesterday, said the general, it be there for the great state of Manu and bring together community leaders, community elders from 10 villages for start for prepare those communities for celebrating Independence Day. Those same noisemakers, those same lazy people them, they already start for talk. Oh, when I don't see them, ADF, they come for here, don't come mobilize people them. They be fit for mobilize people them so. Not just because say La Republique they help them. ADF be fit for mobilize this kind big crowd. Not because La Republique they help them. Lazy people them. We whether still fine for North America. They not fit organize a march in front of the United Nations for New York. And live for Ground Zero saying that because of cold don't come for North America. They don't start now conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories, it need to liberate the people. Now hard work. On the 1st of October, we go make a difference. The Ambazonian people go differentiate between noise makers and the people that they work hard. The 1st of October will be a day of judgment. A day where every movement, it will give an account, not be for diaspora, on the ground. Wait till they get them on the ground. Wait till they do on the ground. The people that say that they fight, your fighting, it will be demonstrated by the territories where they control them. Fighting La République and killing La République police, gendarme and army, it will be demonstrated now how much territory you control them and your level of community mobilization. Not be just for go shit down for some place you do march pass. How much territory you don't liberate them? How much territory you control them? And how much territory you destabilize and consolidate? Forgive the Ambazonian, those Ambazonians where they live communities, forgive them a stable, peaceful life. How many community schools you build for Ambazonia picking them? Because as we kick La République du Cameroon out, the goal of leadership now for create alternative institutions, for start for give the people them a sense of ownership, for start for give the people them a sense of independence. We not feel only the fight against what you not like them. We must also create what we want them. Fighting against something, you need to automatically give what you want them. Until as you push what you not want them away from you, you create what you want them. Because if not be so, your actions, they will only be equated as agitative actions. Just attacking La République du Cameroon and making the territory ungovernable, all those things, they not give you independence until you push them away, you make them be ungovernable for them, and then you make them be stable for you. You push them off, you take over and create alternative institutions for start for give the people them a sense of better life, for give them confidence, for start for show them a taste of what you fight for. We not fit talk to make people they not go school, and then we need to build alternative schools for give our people them the better education for the Ambazonian system. If we kick against Cameroon, we push Cameroon, we go for build alternative healthcare centers for our people them. We go for build community justice systems for our people them. Because we'll be against Cameroon colonial judicial system. We need to only fight for what we will be against. We must build alternative infrastructures for give our people them control. Now leadership that. So 1st of October, every movement will be held accountable by what they demonstrate them on the ground, the forces where they get them on the ground, the territories where they control them, so that they bring mobilized communities and show to the world the power of our people them, the power of our defense forces. Not be noise on the ground, not be noise for social media and Facebook and WhatsApp. So when we are here and when we read for WhatsApp, the empty noise and the sabotage from the noise makers of the Maryland cartel, they live for a free society, but enough you go organize small protest in front of Washington DC. Make that one start to tell now. Audios on the come out from their own spokespeople them. 3 years ago, we warned the Ambazonian people. Say the Maryland cartel of Sarkozy and Chris Ano, they don't sign a deal with the former Cameroon Prime Minister Peter Mafani Musonge. And the first money where they give them been at 60 million. This one been at 3 years ago for 2018. We start to blow the alarm for the Ambazonian people then. The same spokespeople for Sakoyi and Chris Anu. Wait today, now then they can't talk. Say Sako and Chris Anu, they don't take money from Peter Mafani Mufsonge. They be against you 3 years ago. But today, now the same people, them like JK, they can't they want the Ambazonian people. Say Sako and Chris Anu, they don't go take another 30 million from Peter Mafani Musonge. For make sure say for Fako, all things come back to normal. As they talk, watana wata. The time it don't come where the Ambazonian people them they go make a choice for be continuously fooled by impostors, infiltrators, embezzlers and scammers and noisemakers, or for align with an effective leadership for end Cameroon pain on the Ambazonian people them as soon as possible. We'll not continue for play this game of confusion on the Ambazonian people them. The people they want independence 2 weeks before their own independence, they call for a lockdown. The people they want independence 2 weeks before their own independence, the same people that they call me, they kill generals and commanders where they fight for that independence on the ground. Not been at this generation. We no go play the games of Cameroon for a free Ambazonia. Part of the liberation process, and part of a cleansing process for cleanse away the corrupt practices who don't inherit them from Cameroon. For cleanse away bad habits. For cleanse away bad heart. Part of the liberation process, and part of the cleansing process. We must clean ourselves from corrupt leadership. We must clean ourselves from ineffective impostors. We must clean ourselves from corrupt activists. Wait, tomorrow they push Ambazonia this direction, the next day they push Ambazonia for that direction. Independence Day they come. None of those activists that they can mobilize Ambazonia for ground zero, for celebrate independence and project Ambazonia to the world. How many of those same activists they don't come for mobilize and inspire the forces and the population? But they will only come for can't give a drama. Now be very careful. Cameroon, they work in many ways. When I don't get 5 years of experience, we slow ourselves down. But this Independence Day, now a judgment day for all movements. From Bo Herbert, where they call himself a leader, this Independence Day could be a judgment day, whether Bo Herbert an activist or a leader. This Independence Day could be a judgment day for Dr. Akwanga, Ebenezer Akwanga. It being an activist or it being a leader by what he show on the ground in terms of what is Sukadev be all about. It get forces on the ground on a just noise. Now this Independence Day, Ambazonia and they go see him. Now this Independence Day, Ambazonians will know who they be the people them of Southern Cameroon's International Town Hall. Who they be? Now just talk people them for WhatsApp and Facebook, or they get anything to offer the Ambazonian people them. Who they be? For all their noise. Which will be their work? They build a community school. Now which forces they build them on the ground? We go know on that day. We go know on that day which Comrade Yerima, we say Kwa Yoktabe don't give you IG. Say me are there for prison. You take over the leadership of this IG. We go know it work. We don't do them since they give that position. Leadership accountability. It go be. We go also know the work with Dr. Abadon do am. With the Vice President of Governing Council of Ambazonia, Dr. Julius Nidon do am. We go know the work with General F and Don do am. With Lieutenant General Popo. We go know the work with General Cobra, General Grandpa Devil, Now on that day, we'll go take account and make an assessment of all these movements, of all these forces, of all these people that they call themselves leaders. From the 2nd of October, the conversation between what it be an Ambazonian liberation movement, it go change. The criteria go change. The conversation what it be an Ambazonian liberation leader, it go change. They will differentiate between liberation leaders, liberation movement versus activists. If Boyo not get anything for sure for the Ambazonian people then, for the liberation on the ground, and the organization gonna 3 people then, from that day, we'll start for consider Boyo as an Ambazonian activist. The people for Southern Cameroon's International Town Hall, if on October 1, we not see anything where they do on the ground for liberate the Ambazonian people then, their platform will become a platform of just empty talking heads of activists. If on that day, we not see say Comrade Yerima, when I lead Sisekwe IG, it never fit for build one community school for Ambazonia since the cash Siseko. If he never fit for build one community school in 4 years, then that organization, then that the Ambazonian people get for staff for hold that organization accountable, because the future would start for Bilam now. If organizations they get ineffective leadership and they try to talk for Ambazonia and represent Ambazonia, then those organizations they must be held accountable by the Ambazonian people then. The failure to produce results equals pain and suffering and killings of our people on the ground. So people are not fit joke and shidon, they shidon for position, and they begin to run their mob on social media and on television in the name of leadership without any results after 4 years. The conversation get for change on October 2nd. We get for stay focused on the movements where they be effective and the focus on the liberation than people that they just do for out here, they talk for the purposes of WhatsApp fame and Facebook fame. Alright? So wa mami them, wa papa them, wanna be assured, no matter Cameroon, they are ban them versus ban. No Cameroon SDO, no Cameroon governor, no Cameroon DO, it get any right for Ambazonia for put any order on the Ambazonian people them. The only place where any Cameroon colonial administrator, if he put an order and the people that respect him, now for La République du Cameroon, not be for Ambazonia. The colonial SDO for Manu, he not get any right for put a ban or suspend the and tell the Ambazonian people what to do. Ambazonia don't stop for listen for Cameroon colonial administrators. Ambazonia then for the hands of the Ambazonian people them. Ambazonia need to listen for Pobia, they need to listen for Tanga Jipol, they need to listen to the Cameroon Prime Minister. Their work end for La République du Cameroon, for Mongo Bridge, now for their work end. Ambazonia in a different place. The people don't rise up for take back the country. We need to take no order from a foreign authorities and colonizers. We need to take no order from occupiers. Our people must defy these colonial orders. We must stand up as we don't stand up for battle them. We must stand up for our rights for existence. We must stand up for our right for celebrate our independence. And nothing will stop we. We not go see them. Now the chop fire generation this. We must tell Cameroon say their occupation of Ambazonia don't come to an end. And we must send the message to the international community. That the essence of this Independence Day. Whether we celebrate an inside house, we celebrate them. Whether we dinner for bush, we celebrate them. Anywhere where we feel raise the Ambazonian flag, sing the Ambazonian anthem, we paint or road them blue and white, hoist the flag. Anywhere we do them. Independence means independence. There's no more talk about anything Cameroon. And they talk this. We got 2 more days to our Independence Day. The forces that they prepare, communities that they prepare, and we're going to see how our people go rise up for defy Cameroon and proclaim their independence. All right? Now stay fine. May God bless you now. We'll talk for now tomorrow. Now good night. Now take care, yeah. Now take care.